Hello, welcome to another episode of Nioh 3. Now, you may notice I'm not exactly where I left off. Let me tell you what happened. Right, so here's where we left off on the previous episode. We were on the beach, talked to the dude, came up here. This is just a linear thing, there was nothing going on up here. Then we step over here, cutscene plays, shows me the world, it was very cool. And then we just show up right here, and I just came to the shrine. That's where we are now. Now, from there, I had done a little bit of exploring, right? Fought some basic enemies. I got this Scampus right here. Fought some more basic enemies. Maybe I did one or two other things, nothing major. Uh, but I was having some performance issues, right? I was starting to dip into like the low 50s, and it was bugging me. So I tried messing with the settings, and it was funny because I lowered settings, right? I turned off a lot of the post processing and it actually made my FPS worse. It started dropping into the 40s. I was like, whoa, what is this? So I started messing with them some more, and then it went haywire, and I was starting to see like sliders do stuff like go out of bounds. Like sliders would be out of the bounds of their own slider. And then the game crashed, and then I tried to start it again, and it crashed again. And so I just and when it crashed, I lost all the progress I had made because I hadn't saved until after I got to the shrine for the first time. So I was like, okay, I'll just call it a night. They got another patch this morning. I'm not sure if it changed anything, but I did learn something. It was correlated with my recording, and I didn't really think about this as a potential cause because I didn't have this problem when I was playing the demo. But yeah, once I was testing it, I noticed when I was recording these videos, I would lose like massive performance. I'm talking like 20 or 30 FPS, huge hit. And so, I did some digging and I found out some stuff I could change in my streaming software, OBS, that I'm using to record, and that helped. And what I did is I switched it. It was on software encoding by default, and I switched it to hardware encoding, and that's all I did actually, and that did the trick. And then in here, I just messed with my settings some more, and I did put in the effort to get myself a like real 60 frames happening. And what I've done for this, I'm not confident that this is gonna be smooth when I get to the Crucible. In fact, let me just drop it down to 65 now. So what I've done is I've just set like a whole bunch. All the post effects are off, of course. A lot of effects that I don't care as much about, I've put on low, like shadows, ambient occlusion is down. The wind sway, it's pretty, but I turned it off. The anisotropic filtering, I've turned that off. I can't even, for how much of a performance hit it provides, I can't even really tell a meaningful difference for it. It's supposed to help with the way the floors look, apparently, or like textures on the ground, I think. I can't tell. I wanted to keep a couple of things standard. Effects, motion quality, right? Like stuff that's really going to impact the action. I wanted to keep standard if possible. Because that's like what I want to see clearly when I'm fighting stuff. And global illumination, I know it's a huge performance hit, but I really wanted to keep this on standard because there's places in this game that I just know from the demo look really weird if it's not on standard or higher. And so like that is a lever I could pull if I'm really desperate. Um, and I don't really want to lower the resolution any more than the 65 it's at now if I can help it. But yeah, so this is where we're at. We are hitting the actual 60 instead of an upscaled 30, so that makes the game feel better for me. But yeah, with that said, I'm just going to get right back into it. We're going to start by going to that Scampus that I had gotten before. And I know that that's there on the minimap. I think that's being shown because of my uh, one of the guardian spirits is telling me where the Niigata are, I believe is the term that they used. I'm not used to the sword. Let me check out what kind of abilities this has in this game. I did notice I have the spinny Morning Moon. I do like this attack. Through and through, it's just a stab. Oh, and it comes baked in with EI Quick Draw as well. Not bad. I noticed my frames were dropping in the menu there. I'm going to assume that that's because of the little videos that are playing for the abilities, so I'm not going to be worried if that's causing frame drops because it's not affecting my gameplay at all. Okay, hello Scampus. I know this one has maneuvers. He does a wall jump here. Crazy. Oh, I'm trying to give it a pet, Nakamata. Trust me on that. Classic Gaki's trying to get you. The Nioh 2 special. Okay. So, whatever this is. We gave the Scampus a pet. Alright, sorry if I'm a little subdued today. I'm having a killer headache. I've been struggling with headaches for a while now, for like a month. Don't really know why. I have to assume it's just seasonal, right? Or maybe it's because we're getting just constant storms and rain out here. Level 7 weapon, great. Oh, I've gotten a lot of bows since last I checked. There's a new Air Shinobi. That's just a strict upgrade for me. Let me check on any of these. See if I can stay in light roll. Doesn't look like it. Everything is so heavy. I want to keep my light roll. Okay, so we have an Air Shinobi here. That's a rare, or a blue. Oh, these aren't sorted by level. Whoops. I guess it forgot that I did that before it crashed, which is sensible enough. I have a second accessory. This is good news. Uncanny Bolt. What is that? I thought that was something from Wo Long, wasn't it? Neat. And then for Samurai, I have a new Bizantachi. Same level. This gives me attack bonus heart, which is almost assuredly better than whatever this is going to give me. Yeah, I'm just going to keep all that. These are really good affixes for just a random drop this early in the game. Won't make a difference long term, but like, that's not bad. And ideally, if I can get myself mid-rolling with 150 toughness, that would be great. This has my Youngblood beat. So I'm in the 150. So now I'm just looking for ways I can lower my weight without losing a lot of toughness. I don't think I'm going to find such a thing, but yeah, okay. I think we're just going to be fine calling this my loadout for now. Take out the Wasp. This is one thing I really like. Oh, wait. Thought there was a Gaki there. Oh goodness, I almost missed it right off the edge. I don't think that's possible though. Nioh's really good about not letting you just attack animation off of like ledges, which is quite nice. Cool. Hello, Gaki. Man, that back damage is crazy. Where'd my key pulse go? Did I wait too long to do it? Sorry. Alrighty. We've got ourselves a, what is that, rare effect, rare fix. I love how that thing just bounces down the cliff. What are these doing? Oh, that just gives me Amrita, okay. What's the difference between the green ones and the yellow ones, I wonder? Or is there a difference? Oh, he climbed back up there. If at first you don't succeed, I suppose. Okay, all done down there. Except I missed this somehow. Hello, Gaki. Did I use that ninja skill point? I don't think I did. I forgot I picked that up. I wanted to just put that in evade. So that'll give me resources if I do like a perfect dodge on anything that's not like a red move. That's pretty handy. Oh, okay, so I see a Chichiko and a Kodama right next to each other over here. Let's go get that Chichiko and Kodama. He missed. I never know when I'm going to stagger enemies and when they're going to keep armoring through stuff. So it looks very silly when it's like one attack and then I stop attacking, but they got staggered out of their attack animation. But it's better than assuming they'll get staggered and then continuing to attack and getting bopped out of it. Right. Bunch of folks in the fields there. They're fighting for their meals and putting their back into their living. I guess he heard me jump down. Whoops. Tried to do a perfect dodge there. I was not successful in doing so. Let's take this guy out. I really appreciate how this game... Oh, I don't have to get back attacks on Samurai. What am I doing? I appreciate how this game has implemented the no stamina consumption outside of battle. That's like one of my favorite things that has become, you know, more common in these Souls kind of games. And I don't know who was the first to kind of incorporate that, but I want to say that the first to make it popular was Elden Ring. So thank you, Elden Ring, for that. Might not be my favorite Souls game, but I'm very grateful that it has popularized the no stamina outside of battle thing. Good heavens. I was about to say I was feeling really good about how that fight was going, but then I got obliterated. Good grief. That was so good at first, and then I just completely dropped the ball. That was really funny. I was feeling good about myself. Imagine if I would have died. It would have been very embarrassing. It's all because of this little fella right up here. Let's take him out. Yeah, got something for you. So what I should have done is killed him before I engaged with the big ol' wolf enemy. Because I knew he was there on the roof. I don't know why I decided to fight the wolf before taking him out. Bad decision making, I suppose. The headache, that's what it is. That's my excuse. If anything bad happens to me on this stream, it's because of the headache. I just want to let you know. And if anything good happens, it was skill. Let's see. I'm having a little trouble telling exactly what all I've done in here. I have the same problem in every Nioh game when you're in like the dilapidated villages, because I'm like, the visual landmarks are a little similar, to me at least. So I'm like, oh, have I been past dilapidated shed number 5? Possibly. Possibly not. Now, oh yeah, I forgot the whole reason I was here was to get the Chichiko and the Kodama. And I do hear the Chichiko. There it is. And got him. Oh, I missed. How in the world did I miss? There we go. Didn't miss that time. Hello. I love these things. What a fun new little buddy. I forgot what they give you. Oh, blocks, that's right. Alright, my defense has been raised because of my progress in this area of the map. And I think this is what that rusty key does. Dirty key, excuse me. Armor piercer. Okie dokie. And there was also, oh dear, a Kodama. Is he on the roof or is he inside the building? I think he's inside the building. One tarnation. Yeah, you know, I gotta say, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I had the crashes and the performance issues last night that kind of encouraged me to put the effort into trying to fix my settings, because it is quite nice being on the 60 instead of the 30. I don't know if I'm just really sensitive to this stuff, but it really does make like a massive difference in like how easy it is to respond to stuff. Like the perfect blocking, which I just failed twice at. I mean, it still feels a lot easier to time on 60 than 30. Especially when enemies are like doing a lot of jumpy acrobatic stuff. This is something coming back to Bloodborne. I don't remember if I talked about Bloodborne in the video that I lost or in the one that I posted, but Bloodborne had like, you know, the frame pacing issues, the frame rate issues, and it made it like really annoying to have like a clear visual picture of what's happening in the present. Like it feels like you're playing, I describe it as Bloodborne feels like you're playing in syrup. Like everything you do feels like it's delayed and slow. Everything on the screen looks like it's delayed and slow, and you can never quite rely on something. So if you have an enemy, which there are enemies like this and bosses like this in Bloodborne, where it's like zipping and zopping everywhere, jumping, crossing up the screen, it can be really frustrating because they're so choppy to like time when they're going to be on you. And so you have to play like ultra conservative to compensate. Well, you don't have to, but like you should if you don't, you know, if you want to take the path of least resistance and most consistent success. So, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, I like the 60 in here over the 30 for the same reason. It makes it a lot easier when enemies are doing crazy stuff to like... Oh, he slingshotted caltrops at me. Wow, that takes a while. I think that misses. Should probably just use this, huh? Okay, he's doing the caltrops again. Let's just toss some feathers at him. Take him out with shuriken. Yep. Playing nice and safe. Alright, and then this gets me a spike. Here it is. And I don't know how many of these spikes I need to take out. Oh, just the one was all I needed for Kusanagi. Spirit Force, I don't recall what Spirit Force was. I'll have to dig into the menus and figure that out. Okay, what's next? Just kind of wandering around, going to points of interest, and then eventually, when you've done enough points of interest stuff, you'll like be able to see the ones that you missed on the map for the area. And so that's kind of the approach I'm trying to take here, is tackle this one area at a time instead of going all over the place like I did in the demo. Just a little more methodical approach. Okay. It's very dark. Is it because it's nighttime, or do I have settings that are doing this? Oh, my feathers are gone. I have to fight this thing the old-fashioned way? Oh, that's new. Well, maybe it's not. It would just look different. Okay. Take them out. Neat. Get my free M rid of there. I don't know, I'm not just taking my elixir. I have 8 of them, or 7 of them. Alrighty, we've got this guy, and there's a guy over there. Let's kill you first. Silly me. Thanks for charging my ninjutsu, my friend. Okay, let's go take this guy out. First, let's get him with fireball. Debuff, I mean. Get my stamina back. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, he gets tiny. Toss some fire at him. Get my stamina. Whoops. I'm stuck. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Yeah, Ninja is crazy in this early part of the game. Having access to that much damage at the cost of 0 skill points is wild. I love it. Okie dokie. What's next on the agenda here? I never actually got this shrine here. I also see a Chichiko right there. Let's mark that. Activate this shrine. Go to the Chichiko. There he is, I see him. Oh my god. How did he know? Oh my god. You can tell I'm a Call of Duty player by how I aim and shoot when I don't have aggressive aim assist on my side. Alright, this has got him. Yeah. You're no match for me. It's like they always say, the 4 shot's the charm. Okay, 2 samurai points is great because that's just gonna go straight into... Yeah, I need flux, and I need both of these to get flux. So let's just get high stance and low stance. Very simple. Oh, hello there. I don't know why I thought I would have him staggered for longer when he was in his out of key. I almost got myself killed again just because I was being very lackadaisical with my stagger pressure on him. Can't be doing that. Okie dokie. I've got a Jizo statue here, but that's not ones for the actual Jizo statue collectible, whatchamacallit. Okay, I got the Chichiko. I'm just kind of exploring right now. Yeah, that's great. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm not really, you know, I never really engage much with the online mechanics, you know, the graves, the summons. Nothing against them, that's just not how I like to play these kind of games. I do think the mechanic is cool though, where it's like where other people die, you can like see the cause of death, which is genuinely useful information. Enemy base, very good. It's genuinely useful information to see how enemies died, because it can, you know, hint you off. Like if it says something like eaten by a Gaki, and you're like, I don't see any Gakis, well, it probably means there's one like dangling over the ceiling, or like hiding behind a chest or something. You know, just stuff like that. I don't know if this game has Nurikabe, the little wall yokai, but if it does, that was another useful case for them. Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, the perfect guard, I think, is a very good mechanic that they've added in this game. Like, it's not too busted. Well, I think. We'll find out over time, but it doesn't seem like it's too busted. And it's just nice, like, just a zero-key guard. Gives you a little arts proficiency. You know, like, nothing too unfair. Just a nice tool for stamina management. And, like, I think it's an exciting way to kind of lean into the, you know, slower, hold your ground nature of the samurai. Without making any drastic changes to the way the game actually functions. Hi. Oh, he's alive. Goodbye. Man, that feels so good. I love that. It's insane how... Whoa. Nice try. Oh, this is bad. Never mind. Completely fine. Oh, I love it. Oh my god, that feels so good. I love what they've done with the samurai. Now, the arts proficiency thing where you can like cancel skills into each other, like what I just did, they don't explain that very well. Or maybe they do. Maybe they changed the tooltip, but when I read the tooltip originally, it was very unclear what arts proficiency actually does. But it is so good. It's Genei from Street Fighter, basically, if you're familiar, right? Like, you can cancel all of your martial arts into other martial arts. And you have a whole bunch of other free attributes in the meantime, too. Like, the first one you do is free, and then other ones cost less or something, and, like, you're critting. It's awesome. I love it. Just everything they've done in this game with the stances is great. And, like, you know, initially, back in the alpha, it was unclear whether or not, you know, the design changes that they made were going to be good or not. You know, a lot of folks were suspicious of the ninja stance in particular, but like, I love it. And I think it's great that the game has a way to appeal to a wider audience without giving up on its identity again, right? Like, who sees me? Oh, you. Okay, as I was saying... Oh, there's one more Gaki. Not anymore, there's not. And let's get my Chiso statues. Okay, back to what I was saying. So, like, you still have all your core Nioh combat with Samurai, right? You have the stance swapping and their correlated benefits, right? Mid, better at guarding. Low, better at dodging. High, better against blocking and good damage. Flux is still around. They changed it, so you don't have to go to... Like, Flux still works, like, you swap stances when you key pulse, but Flux 2, it's just better Flux. You don't have to go to 2 different stances, which, I mean, like, I wasn't crazy about that to begin with. Like, it's just a skill you learn, you get it in muscle memory, and then you just never think about it again. And so, you know, I'm not sad that they took it out. Sure, there's some degree of, like, skill expression, I suppose, in doing it, but, like, I just think it's muscle memory that you gotta learn. So I'm not sad to see that go. Plus, you get the arts proficiency, which I think is super awesome. Like, you get to learn combos, which is something you did in Nioh 2 anyway, which is kind of what in-game Nioh 2 was, where you just get an enemy out of key, confuse them, and then you just freestyle combo on them until, you know, they get their key back or they die. And so I just think the arts proficiency is a more elegant, interesting way to, like, evolve on that play style while making it, like, official and giving you, good gracious, hit him with the shuriken, please. And then giving you, like, rewards and being able to balance around it directly. So I think that's cool. And then Ninja, right? You have a play style that appeals to your more traditional, you know, Souls player. So someone who's coming from Dark Souls, or coming from Elden Ring, or coming from Sekiro, this might potentially feel more comfortable to them. Well, maybe not Sekiro, but the other ones. And it's just fun, right? The Mist Step is exciting to do. The ninjutsu are fun. You know, I'm not usually the kind of person who uses consumable items and projectiles, but when it's free, you know, it's easy to use it, and especially when it's on a cooldown, right? So, like, I'm looking at my feathers, and I'm like, I'm at my 4 cap for feathers. I need to use one. So maybe it's the MMO player in me, but I'm like, yeah, don't overcap on your stuff. You're at 4, you got to use that feather. And so I appreciate that you have tools and you are, like, encouraged by gameplay mechanics to actually use them instead of just hoarding them, because that's what I usually do. Either hoard them or just don't use them because of the doesn't feel like it's worth the effort to even bother. That was a big thing that happened to me in the other Nioh games. There was, like, all those items. I couldn't even tell you what any of the consumable items did, because I just never use them, right? Like, why use it when you could just not use it? I've got a lot of gear, a lot of drops. And sorry, I'm instinctively mashing through text for any of my viewers who are interested in reading those. My bad. These are things I've done before. And, oh, I've just dropped down to 49 frames there. What just happened? Was that like a one-time loading textures for the new area kind of thing? I'll be mindful of that. Yeah, I don't need to be doing mist at the end of my combos like that. That is pointless. Although it would be pointless if I shoot. If I used it to advance towards whatever I'm trying to get. Ooh, if that would have hit him, it would have taken him out of key for sure. And he's down. Ooh. Nice try with the arrow. Oh, I think I missed. Haha. I'm always paranoid with these arrow people, because, like, in these Nioh games, what always happens is when you climb difficulties, the, like, delay between shots is always insanely reduced to the point where, like, on Physic... Oh, that's the medicine. They're just non-stop shooting off cooldown. And then, especially when they have cannons, it's just the scariest thing in late game Nioh is the little cannon guys, where if you are still for even a second, you're just cooked. I guess they ooh, nice try, Buster. I guess they have that in common with the Ninja Gaiden series. Projectile people. Oh dear, am I dead? I guess not. Like, if I was really worried about getting killed, if I saw him start an animation, I could just Guardian Spirit and it'd be alright. That was a really poor fight on my part, though. I don't know why I was playing that so bad. I guess it's because it doesn't really matter. I've got 6 elixirs. Hehehe. Is there anything else in there? No. Let's grab this Jizo, and then I can go circle back to the Crucible. Take that out. Sweet. Hi. I want to kill him with a VI strike. Oh, you can't cancel a basic into it. Bye-bye. Did I grab this? I didn't. Alrighty, and I was going to go back to the Crucible. Yes. We're just going to do this, because I need to stop at a shrine anyhow. And I'm going to take a look at my pieces of gear and see if there's any thresholds that need meeting. Oh, and I also have a hammer. Excellent. Gives me luck in the Crucible. That could matter, perhaps. And do I have a better bow? I mean, yes, the bow I'm using is terrible. That's got the 160 attack. Just run with that. Clear my exclamation points. I need to change my exclamation point setting. Alright, so this is what I used in the demo. How do you... Is it this? There we go. This is what I used in the demo, was just full Crimson Army. In fact, if I have enough, I think I'm just going to do that again. Which one of these would I prefer? Fire damage, Spirit Force bonus. What is Spirit Force? I don't know. Oh, Spirit Force, that's for the Guardian Spirit living weapon thing. I think that's what it is. This is Key Pulse bonus. Is that like a flat 9 additional key when I Key Pulse? Oh, I see. I think it's saying that if I hit an enemy with an attack, the amount I could Key Pulse back is increased by 9, which seems more useful than what this is offering. Cool. Alright. What other Crimson we got? Oh yeah, we have the bow for Crimson. Let's put that on. Do I have any Crimson weapons? I have the Odachi. It's slightly weaker. So if I get enough of this set to where I can get the Odachi bonus at 6 pieces, then it'll be worth putting on the Odachi, I think. No Crimson for the torso. How about for the hands? I don't see it for the hands, but I do see it here for the legs. Cool. Life drain on ranged weapon hit. How interesting. No Crimson in the feet. And what do we got in here? Oh, I've got a lot of new accessories. I can't use them though. I need to have my intellect as high as 9. So that's where my levels are going, is intellect. Right, I have the skills, a lot of them it seems. And it wants me to do those for the tutorial. Reduce damage taken while attacking by 10%, very good. This is something I wanted to kind of experiment with a little bit once I get more skills in Samurai. There's like a lot more things that provide me with, you know, benefit for super armoring through stuff, and that seems like a playstyle that might be fun to try. Also, I need to remember I have this. I should switch to my ninja form when I do grapples for the bonus 10% there. Cool. And then the level, I was going to put that in intellect until it gets up to 9. Very good. Let's see if I have enough spirit stones to level up. I don't. I love that feature. But yeah, the Kodama blessings. I think I just want to have drop rate probably. Like the efficacy seems fine. I can just do both. Having the quantity of elixirs makes it very comfortable just remaining in the overworld indefinitely and not having to shrine if I don't want to. For the Crucible, let's say just melee damage in the Crucible. Keep it simple. Cool. I believe that's everything handled in here for now. Oh yes, one thing I did want to check is, what are we looking at on the set bonus here? I have the defense bonus, and I have the guard key consumption, and I could have the key pulse bonus, which I think just flat increases the amount. Oh no, it's the same as that other effect I have. So +9 on the other effect, and then +21 here, +30 total. That's not bad. I'll go ahead and equip the Odachi. There we go. So we have that 4-piece bonus. And I'm going to want to be on the lookout for a torso, hands, and feet for Crimson General. Very good. All right, let's go do that Crucible. If we shuriken, we'll hit these bees. Are these bees? Wasps, maybe? I think I can check, right? Like I have a bestiary in here somewhere. Is this it? Encyclopedia. No, it's not. Alas. Okie dokie. Party time. Okay, more of my friends here. And I do have the Guardian Spirit charged. Excuse me, Living Weapon. Or whatever they're calling it in this game, who knows. Okay, he's dead. Let's get rid of this puddle right here. Oh, good heavens. Okay, blast him. Oh, I did stagger him. Bizarre. He tracked me really well. Bizarre. So you want to dodge these guys, and then when you dodge them, they reveal their weak point. Oh, you can finish them when they reveal their weak point. Whoa. Okay, no more messing around with him. Grab the gear, get over here, get ready to key pulse. Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of this thing. Good grief. Sweet. Sweet. Swap for the finisher. I don't know how I messed that up. Sweet. Alright, that's the Crucible done. Alright, so I'm pleased with how these settings are working. I'm grateful that the changes I worked with are actually performing well. We'll see really when I get to the Crucible. I think that's going to be the most demanding, at least based off of my experience so far. But yeah, I'm going to call it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.